Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Gear Gaming 365's Friends of Thunder. Say hello, Friends of Thunder.
Hello,
Hello!
everybody.
There they are. There's the Friends of Thunder. When last we met, the group had encountered a giant attack on the poor remote village of Tribor. They successfully thwarted one of the giants. Well, they killed one of the giants. They didn't successfully thwart whatever the giants were after, as one of the giants escaped with something in his clutches. Rivik, I do believe that you performed a ritual and identified the item that the female giant had in her hands. We literally, ended our last session right at the end of the battle as the other giants were running away. So that's kind of where we pick up today, with the Friends of Thunder gathered around a dead giant. Rivik had just revealed the information about the special tool that she was using, and there's a great big hole now here, in this part of the campground. So, Friends of Thunder, turn it over to you guys. What do you guys want to do?
Go, Drew, go.
Go, Drew. I've got nothing to say.
Well, if that's how it's gonna be,
body.
The giant's body. I heard that.
Yeah.
What about it?
Inspect it. Search it.
Yeah, go ahead and do an investigation.
it's currently unarmored.
Oh, I'm at advantage.
You're at disadvantage, actually.
Oh, that was at disadvantage. Even worse. You want me to roll again?
No, it's fine. Let's see. We'll put that on the map layer. There's the hole where they were digging.
She's wearing some steel wool boots.
Yeah, oh yeah. Looking over this particular giant, T'Char, you realize that the only thing that this one had was that 2-foot-long rod that Rivik identified.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, there's nothing else. The special NPCs that were with you guys.
The rod is 4 feet long, by the way,
Yeah,
and weighs 100 pounds.
Wow.
yeah.
Good thing you got that special device for carrying things.
We can just show her in the back.
Darathra will bring Buster, kind of ride Buster over to the middle of the group, and she'll say, "Oh, I'm really thankful that you all were here. I don't imagine that we would have fared well against the giants had you not been here."
Drew, that's your cue.
Oh, is she talking to me?
She's just talking
To
to
all
the
of us.
group.
She's talking to General. Guys, come on, man. We're a party of friends here. I can't
Who's
do all the
in?
talking.
Who is it?
Who is it? It's Darathra.
Who's in?
Darathra.
Who was it?
Oh, that doesn't
Wow.
matter. I'll take the NPCs back now. Don't worry about that.
Who is she talking to?
It kind of sounded
I've
like
never
someone
seen
was
this
talking
woman
there.
before in my life.
Do you guys hear something?
Guess they're so messed
Yes,
up.
well, we seem to have some experience with fighting giants, so I'm glad that we were here to help fend them off as well.
What do you mean you have experience?
Oh, that's right. We didn't actually fight any of the giants, did we?
Of course we did. We killed many giants. Many giants.
We've dealt with their fallout before. There you go.
Oh, well, it's really good then that you guys are here, and that you guys we're here for the whole thing. You can see now that the attack is over. Some of the farmers are beginning to sort of like come back to town, and there's a bucket brigade forming up by the fires. They seem to be, putting out the fires over there. She kind of looks at you guys. She's like, "Listen, you have more than earned my thanks, as well as the thanks of everyone that survived this attack. Your rooms at the North Shield House are covered by Tribor for the length of your stay. Please stay for a few days. I'd like to see you guys, but I have a lot of things I need to take care of right this moment in time. Mostly those fires, so...
We still have to go out and search for your militia.
Yes, that would be very beneficial as well. So if you guys wouldn't mind sticking around for a couple of days, I'd really appreciate it. I don't know if there's anywhere else you guys have to go.
If there are no other pressing matters, and we're going to be here for a time, then we might as well help around the town and possibly help rebuild. Time allowing.
Oh, I mean, you guys are adventurers, and while I appreciate the gesture, I think we have just about everything we need to really rebuild. It doesn't look like we lost much, to be honest. A couple of homes, so...
Getting mixed signals, guys. Stay here for a couple days.
Well,
no, don't help us rebuild the town.
Well, yes, stay here, but you don't need to like build houses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Rivik is going
Because
to
that would be
leave to go
really
check on
boring.
Foehammer.
Rivik is gonna go check on Foehammer.
That's correct.
Okay, start heading towards Foehammer's then, Rivik.
My dwarven daddy.
Are you gonna at least mention where you're gonna go?
That's a good point. just turns around and leaves.
Yeah.
Droon,
Yes.
I am going to go check on Foehammer. Please let the group know that I have departed for the time being.
He'll
Turn to the group
kinda-
that's standing
yeah,
right there.
like Droon just like stiffens up comically, whips around to the rest of the group, puts his hand up in like as like a herald, and he says, "Attention all! Rivik is leaving to go check on Foehammer." He'll turn around and be like, "There, was that good enough?"
Just shake my head and walk away.
Skulk off,
Droon
kicking
kinda just,
rocks as he goes.
It's kind of like wave him off. Get out of here.
So, do you guys think we should try to contact Zephyros and maybe find out where their next target might be?
That's right. He could use that stupid thing that we found.
If we had a way to contact him, did he give us a way to contact him?
I don't recall. I don't think he did he? But there's a wizard that lives here. We could ask him to do it.
If we can approach his house without being attacked.
Oh, well, it'll be fine.
I'm actually going to turn to Darathra and ask her, do you know who lives in that house? Is there any way that we could approach him peaceably without him being a dick?
No, there isn't. He has never once come to the defense of the town. He likes to stay in his house, and he really doesn't do anything to help anyone. I seem to recall, though, when we first met, that you mentioned that you were part of the Lord's Alliance.
That's correct.
I could at least spare a rider if you want to write a missive to them. That would probably be a good source to contact for like your next steps if you're looking for them. I don't know if any of you others are members of any factions. I myself, she kind of looks around. I'm kind of a member of the Harpers, and the fact that the Fire Giants got this close and I didn't hear anything about it is very concerning, so I'll be contacting them as well.
Very well. That sounds like a sound plan, and it would be beneficial for the Lord's Alliance to know about what transpired here, regardless of whether they can provide assistance or not.
Oh, I'm quite sure that they will provide assistance. I have every confidence about that. But yes, if you wouldn't mind writing a letter of some sort, I'll send a rider with that.
Very well.
Again, just come see me before you guys leave town, please. I've got to ride off, and she kind of just jumps up on Buster, and the two of them ride off to go take care of the things that town leaders got to take care of. You know?
To the sunset.
As she rides off, I'll call after her and I'll say, don't forget to tend to your wounds as well.
She just kind of nods a little bit, and she keeps going.
Town leaders can't do anything. They can't lead anything if they're dead. And he'll return to his task, his prior task of stripping the armor off of the giant, whatever's left.
The Nars Tezrin, he standing there with his, hand crossbow. He'd been taking pot shots right next to Chachar. He's, you guys are real adventurers, aren't you?
No.
Oh.
Yes, we are. Yep.
So is
That's
it
probably
no?
the 4th or 5th giant we've killed.
I just drink and fight.
Oh.
I still got my rum.
Does the drinking help?
Yes. It makes me a little bit more aware of things around me, and I feel invincible.
Then he trips and falls on his face.
Calms the nerves.
I think maybe I should take up drinking. Yeah, that sounds good.
I can teach you the drunken master way.
Well, listen, you guys being like professional adventurers, I've got a package that I need delivered, and I don't know that I'd survive out there. I can pay you 100 gold up front to make the delivery.
Money?
We're listening.
Tachar, you better take this one really quick.
Well, a few months ago, the Lion Shield Cloister, we received a payment from one Amrath Molinobar. That is a really interesting name, by the way. He's the Castilian of Nonar's Hold for 5 horse harnesses made by none other than Tribor's finest harness maker, Othavir. Othavir recently finished the last harness, and Narth needs to. I need to get them to Nonar's Hold. I just don't feel safe.
Did he get them out of the building before it burned down?
Well, they're in the Lion Shield Cloister. They're not in his. I was planning on taking them myself. That's the person that ordered them. I was planning on taking them myself, but now after the giant attack, I don't think that I want to leave town, like, ever.
It's better to stick with your loved ones in times of strife like this.
Well, if you guys would be willing to do it, like I say, I could pay you 100 gold up front, and I could even maybe give you a cart and a horse so that you could deliver them there.
Drone is remembering the last time we had horses in a cart,
Yeah.
and
But
then
still,
promptly
so-
lost them, left them behind.
So we get. You're going to give us a horse and a cart and 100 gold to deliver.
Money.
Yes.
Money.
Yes. It's just
I mean,
I don't feel safe out there. I want to help with the rebuilding of town too.
Throw in some food, some supplies for the road,
Okay.
and I think it sounds like a good deal.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, sure.
For sure.
I'll go start getting that ready.
And some beer.
Oh,
Yes, beer. Yes.
roll a
I'm glad you
persuasion
brought that
check,
up. I'm running
Octavio.
Hmm?
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay. Okay.
Let's roll high. Money.
You're gonna get the money regardless. You just might not get the beer.
That's true. But I'm just like...
Well, I'll see what I can find. I can't guarantee you anything, but I'll see what I can find. Okay. I'll load it up before you guys leave town. If you guys want to stop by, then I can give you the horse and the cart and the provisions, and I can tell you where it is. Okay?
Like, why can't you tell us where it is now?
Well, I could tell you. You follow the Evermore way.
Oh, weren't we thinking about going that way anyway?
I don't know. Why are you asking me?
I was talking to the group, not him.
Is that east? Is that like the southeasterly direction? Because if it is,
It is.
then yes, that's where we were going to go investigate the 12 missing militia.
Evermore way is northeast.
Oh.
Yes, northeast.
Oh, northeast. Okay,
Northeast.
it's kind of in the same direction that we were gonna go.
Where were you guys planning on going?
Wherever she said that the 12
Oh,
12
okay.
riders were.
Gotcha. Here's a map of the north. Okay. You guys are currently in Tribor, which is right there, and he's asking you guys to go to Nonar's Hold, which is right there.
Oh, okay.
The Evermore Way, which is right there. So.
Okay.
Okay. So it's a little bit out of the way of where you guys were thinking about going. She had asked you guys to gather up the 12, the outlying riders, which were kind of at these little ranches spread around Tribor here. So
Maybe we could do that while, because she asked us to spend a few days here. Maybe we could do that, and then before we leave, or when we're ready to leave, we go and deliver the goods.
he's gonna go over to his store and he's gonna start packing things for you guys to take with him.
I wonder if there's a time limit on the delivery. If we can even afford to wait that many days before leaving.
He didn't say anything about time limits.
Mm-hmm.
Go ask him if you want. But...
I mean, Drun's doing the thing with Octavio on taking care of the body of the giant, so he's kind of not super privy to the conversation. He's focusing on something else.
Okay.
Plus, he's on the other side of a building, so.
Okay.
Let's see.
Well, I'm cool with the idea of maybe seeking out some of the other writers, if you guys are up for it.
Did we get a long rest? I'm sorry.
No,
I didn't mean
you
to-
have not gotten a
Did
long
not.
rest yet.
Okay.
Degoria,
Yes.
as you are standing there, Urgula, she approaches you.
So I was like really concerned. Like I saw her inching closer. I'm like, is this a good or bad thing?
I couldn't help but overhearing that you all battled giants before.
Why are you guys making me do it?
Hey, so something to keep in mind. We technically did. We fought ogres, which are giant-ish.
They're giant. They're actually giants.
Yeah. See. Okay, I wasn't wrong then. Nice.
Yeah. Yes, we have.
Well, perhaps this conversation is best with your whole group around. I'm not sure where the other two went. Oh, they're over there chopping up the giant. But we can have this conversation closer to them if you'd like.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, you see, one of my former adventuring companions, he's a wealthy knight named Harthus Zevon. Zyvorn. Wow, I can't even enunciate this last name.
Wealthy, you say?
Here you go. That's his name.
Zymorvin.
Zymorvin. He had a giant slayer greatsword.
Mine.
You can't even use a great sword. I don't want to hear it.
Hey, wait a minute now.
Stick with your
How
fine.
much is it worth? How how much is it worth, though?
Oh, good lord.
No.
Well, the last time I spoke with him, he was living in Zyvermorn Hall, his ancestral keep on the Ravan Road. It's northwest of Silvery Moon. I think that he might be willing to part with the weapon if you mention my name and explain why you need it. She points at the giant's body.
Mhm.
I could write you a letter too if you'd like, that you could take with you, like a letter of introduction perhaps. But it
Yes.
seems like perhaps giants might be on the run, and I think he's retired and wealthy, and I don't think he needs it anymore. But you know,
A weapon specifically suited to killing our current enemy does seem like a hard or an opportunity we can't pass up.
Definitely.
Hearing is wealthy.
Might need to get your ears checked.
I mean, maybe, but money.
So he's living in Zyvernmorn Hall, which is just a hall that apparently he named after himself, or his family at least. And he lives on the... I lost her information, sorry. The Ralvalrun Road. It's northwest of Silvery Moon. So there's the information. I'll go work up that letter of introduction while you guys finish chopping up the giant body, unless you have any questions for me.
No, I don't believe I have any questions.
I don't have. Drew doesn't have a question, but I was going to ask if I could do a history check on this knight person, because somebody of noble heritage usually, in his mind, would probably have some affiliation with the Lord's Alliance,
Yeah,
or might. There might be a good chance. So,
yeah, go right ahead.
wow, I have 0 in history. Fantastic. Apparently, I don't pay attention. Let's see. Let's try it. See what happens. Yeah. I have no clue who this knight is, but he sounds
There are
good.
so many knights in the realm that it's hard to keep track of them all. This particular one doesn't ring a bell. You could surmise, though. Give me an insight.
Okay. I'm actually somewhat good at those. Yeah.
Yeah, you could surmise that anyone that has their last name Hall is probably well established and fairly wealthy, and probably has ties to some affiliation. Maybe not the Lord's Alliance, but somewhere they have
Some lord or organization.
yeah.
Okay.
It's right there. Oh, sorry. So, Octavio and Droon, what exactly are you doing to this giant's body?
I personally was not chopping it up. I was just
Oh.
removing her armor to try and use for later.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm not going to speak for Octavia though.
Yeah. I am also not chopping.
Okay.
Although that probably would be helpful to move it out of here off of these fences.
So,
It's kind of like handling a down tree.
I mean, I was joking around kind of in the last session because it's like, hey, there's a perfectly good hole right there in the center of town, but
well, the hole's
don't know.
not going to be big enough to put the entire giant's body in, unless you chop it up.
Ah.
Well, I don't know. Droon's kind of conflicted because on one hand he wants to give it a somewhat proper burial despite being an enemy, but on the other hand it's like it's a big grave, and I don't know if the people would be happy about having a giant buried in or around their town, especially after it attacked them.
Yeah.
I mean, the other option is to drag it out of town.
Yeah.
Maybe tie some horses up to it. They do have a lot of horses here.
That seems like a reasonable plan.
Yeah.
Oh.
Perhaps I'll say it in character because perhaps we should get some help in removing this body Maybe they have some spare horses or a cart we can use.
Well, I'm sure Darathro will figure it out.
While you
Well-
guys are working on getting rid of or taking care of the giant's body, we'll go check in with Mr. Rivik and Foehammer. Rivik! Are you
Yeah.
there?
Okay. Cool.
You there?
Uh,
Oh, you are there. There you are.
I am. I bang on the door loudly and call out to Foehammer. Foe.
Before you bang on the door, as you walk up, the door itself has got multiple, like, hatchet axe marks in it. It clearly looks like it has taken quite a bit of a beating. The entire front stoop of his particular forge is covered in blood. There is an orc arm laying about 2 feet outside of the door. And their door itself is ajar and not closed. So are you gonna bang on the door?
Yeah, probably not.
Okay.
But if it's already open, then.
Okay.
Foehammer, it is Rivik. Are you well? Are you here? Are you safe?
Are you still only wearing your apron?
You don't get a, you don't get a response from inside. You gonna go in?
Oh no, that sounds like a dangerous plan. You messed up those other characters during the battle pretty good, so I don't know about that.
You're on your own on this one, buddy. I'm not gonna help
I know!
What are you gonna do, Rivik?
I'm gonna bang on the wall next to the door
Bow, bow,
and call out again.
Okay.
Foehammer, it is Rivik.
Ah!
Are you safe?
I bloody heard you the first time, you nitwit.
Why didn't you answer?
Door be open, doesn't it?
It is.
Well, you gonna stand outside all frickin' day?
I suppose not.
Good.
Rivik,
Get in here.
Rivik,
I could use your help.
Rivik will enter
Okay.
and proceed to help Foehammer
You
with
walk
whatever
in.
he asks.
You walk in, and like instantly, right inside the doorway, you have to kind of stop. You see Foehammer covered head to toe in blood and viscera and gore. Okay? His beard is soaked and matted with it. His hair is soaked and matted with it. There is blood literally all over the, like, inside of the doorway, along the one wall of his shop, over to where he's standing on the right-hand side. Next to him is his large workbench that he usually works on, armor, metal, or whatever. Currently on that bench is an orc's body chopped into several small pieces. There is a suit of armor, the orc's armor, obviously, thrown unceremoniously on the floor by the forge. As you look down at that and you sort of take that in, you realize that the pile next to it is another orc completely chopped up, and like the skull itself and the head is sitting on top of it, and there's like a foot, an orc foot, jammed in the mouth of this orc that's chopped up in pieces by his forge. As you take all this in, he turns his back to you and with a butcher cleaver, right.
Seems you've
Tough.
fared well during the fight.
Well, the ancient blood war never quite sat right with me. One could imagine. Orcs come a knocking at my door. Well, they're gonna get more than they bargained for.
We killed a fire giant in the middle of town.
Did you now, lad?
We did.
Cheers. You didn't be boasting the old Foehammer, would you?
No, sir.
Well, that doesn't sound like shit now, does it? and he spits in his bloody hand, and he walks over and extends, like, there's gore on his hand, kind of like running off, and his spit. He's extending it to you to, like, shake.
Rivik will shake his hand out of respect.
You know, the stony grip of the dwarf's hand kind of crushes your hand for just a few minutes, and, wow, how many were there? Giants, I mean.
Oh, there were 2.
And you only killed one?
The other one got away with something.
Well, yeah, if even you can't tell, I might be a little bit longer with your armor, but
completely understandable.
Now it'll be, well, forged in orc blood, you might say. He kind of gets this, like, wicked grin on his face as he says that. Give me 3 days. That's what I need. I just finished chopping up my second orc, and orcs, they burn good.
He's gonna use the orcs to forge my armor.
Fantastic. I like where this is going.
Yeah, that's pretty metal, man.
It'd be like blood mithril.
Wow. Did your balls drop, boy? It's about freaking time. Well, I'm alive. I'm well. If in my forge ain't a fucking mess, but, you know, at least it didn't burn down like one across the street.
We could only save so many.
It's alright. You ain't a dwarf now, is you?
No, sir, I am not.
Good. I'm glad you and yours, y'all survived, and you were able to kill one of them bastards. Yeah, like, come back in, like, 3 days to get your armor. Now, if you don't mind, skedaddle the fuck out of here. I got me a mess to clean up. And not a word of what you've been seeing. Got it?
May I tell my companions that it will take 3 days?
Yeah? Supposing that'd be fine.
Alright,
nothing else what you see in here. You got it? I don't need the darn constable coming up here and mucking up my business or anything like that.
I don't think anybody else wants to know about the naked dwarf.
He's not naked. He's still
Not
wearing
anymore.
his apron, but actually, do a perception check, Rivik.
Cool. Where's perception? Here we go. Nice.
Now that
Or
you're
if-
standing there looking at Fohammer, like, really good, he is 100% naked, but, like, completely covered in so much gore that, like, you can't see anything?
I needed a perception check to check that. Got it. Thanks.
Well, sure.
You needed to identify what was orc and what wasn't.
Exactly.
So, hopefully he doesn't catch like a BTD or something. A battle-transmitted disease.
that would suck. Well, I'm gonna go now, Fohammer.
Yeah.
I thank you, and I'm glad you were safe.
Yeah, me too. Listen, don't be so fucking mushy, okay? You're of the forge, hard as steel, strong as iron. Skedaddle.
And Rivik will take that time to leave.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Sure. Speed back.
Speed back.
Jesus! He just pops up out of nowhere.
What's the rest of the group doing while you're all there?
I was going to see if we could enlist some aid in moving this giant's corpse.
Okay. Looking around, you realize that probably most of the town is currently concentrating on putting the fires out up there. As you are looking around, you do see an individual sort of like tentatively approaching the giant's body. You recognize him as the individual that was shoveling horse poop in this campground earlier. Yes, you are proficient with simple hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers, and short swords. Degoria.
I'll call out to him. I'll be like, I'll say, you there, sir.
Huh?
Do you have, are there any horses you could spare to aid us in moving this corpse?
Well, I mean, I suppose I could. Yeah. Listen, though. I need to tell you something.
What is it?
I'm not sure if it's related or not, but I was recently visited by an old acquaintance. He's a merchant from Mirabar. He had an interesting tale to tell me. That merchant saw a dwarf cleaning the stable in Zanarl's Keep. It's a fortified village on the long road. My merchant friend, he recognized him from a wanted poster he saw while traveling south through Longsaddle. The merchant is sure that the dwarf he saw is a wanted brigand known as the Weevil. According to the wanted poster, whoever delivers him alive to the authorities in Mirabar can collect a reward of 5,000 gold pieces.
Money.
Jeez. Well, that's a very lucrative story that you're sharing with us, but why would you share that with us now? What's to stop you from taking the money?
I entertained the idea of going after the Weevil myself, but then I kind of admitted that I'm too old for such things. Passing the information along to you is my way of thanking you for your help during the attack. You see, 5,000 gold pieces could go a long way.
Indeed, it could.
It will.
Yeah.
While all this is going on, I'm gonna kind of just mosey on over to the giant and start lighting it on fire.
Okay.
That way we can get rid of the body this way, and then we can go on this quest.
Oh god, it's gonna smell so bad.
It's gonna smell bad if it rots off in the field anyway.
Give
So
me a survival check. And as you walk up, Dars is all like, "Hey, I think we have enough fires. I could get a couple of horses and we could drag it out of town before we lit it on fire." And he starts running off to go get some.
That seems like a much better idea than lighting it on fire right next to a house.
I mean, why not just use the building that's on fire as a pyre for this guy?
Tachar, you begin to like strike your flint and tinder, and the giant's hair begins to catch and smolder, and then the guy runs off. Are you gonna just let it go, or are you gonna put it out till he can get some horses to?
I'll put it out. I'd be like, I suppose we can move it before we burn it, but either way, it's better to dispose of this body than to let it rot in the field and get a bad wind.
Are you guys going to participate in the moving of the giant's body?
Darun plans to. He's got quite a bit of strength, so he feels like that would be where he's most useful right now.
Okay.
I'll lend a hand.
Okay,
A
Octavius.
paw.
A paw. Degoria?
I mean, does she want to? I mean, she has the strength to do so, but does she want to?
You tell me.
Do you though? Do you have the strength to move a fire giant?
She is 16 for strength, so.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Guess she'll help.
All right. Tachar, are you gonna help?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Rivik, are you gonna help?
Rivik has a strength of 18. Hell yeah, he'll help.
Okay.
So like we could each take a limb and just kind of rotate it and pull it out to maybe here, so the horses can get to it easier.
Yeah. All right. And then everybody go ahead and click on the strength on their character sheet. Just the strength stat itself. 17,
You mean
13, 8.
the thing on the far left?
Yeah. Well, not a strength save, Drew.
Ooh.
A strength.
Strength
I
itself.
thought I did.
No, you did strength.
Yeah, I'm
save.
pretty strong. I must have been drinking.
I didn't do very well.
Are you serious?
Natural.
That's not cool. That's not cool.
We can carry a limb together.
4, 5.
Drone,
Because there's 4 limbs.
why don't you sit this one out?
Don't patronize me.
Do you want some of my fire whiskey?
He kind of eyes it for a second, and then he just shrugs his shoulders, and he's like, "Sure."
Well, together you guys are able to drag the giant's body out to this field here and just kind of like plow it down. By the time you guys get it that far, Dars shows up with 4 draft horses and a couple of extra people. They begin lashing the body like to the horses, and they begin to drag the body off the direction the giants came to this like 30-foot wall right here, and then they just push it down.
Yeah.
Kind of tumbles to the bottom.
The animation of it falling down just made me chuckle. Like,
See a second. Whoa!
It's like it's like when Squidward's super handsome. It does a little spin after getting hit in the face. Yeah, but like horizontal.
There, now he's tumbling. Whoa.
It's a long 30 feet.
There, now he's at the bottom. Or she is at the bottom, rather. Alright, so now there's like drag marks through town, you know, like this.
These guys are gonna have a rodent problem once this thing starts rotting. Should've let me burn it.
You still can.
yeah.
You can go burn it now, Dars says.
I'm not climbing down that hill.
He lights a
Aren't you a
torch.
cat?
He lights a torch and chucks it down the hill at the giant, and it just lands on the giant.
See, problem solved. Drune will say as he kind of like smack, does like a backhanded little smack against his arm.
Fair enough.
I'm just curious, because so Dars said I'm just curious, how old is Dars? Because he said he was too old to go do this. Whatever. I'm just curious now. He don't look that old in his picture.
I mean, he's probably in his late 40s.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, that's pretty old.
What do you all think?
Yeah.
What do you guys think we should do with the rod of Vonnen dude that we left back there?
You left it back there?
It's 100 pounds. I can't lift it by myself.
So Drune
You have an
will,
18 strength. You can too lift it by yourself.
Yeah. Well, like
It's also
so
4 feet long.
So Drune kind of just does like a little hunch. He hunches to kind of bring his head closer to Rivik's level, and he kind of puts his hands together and just like, what is it that you're carrying right now?
Don't want to hear it.
Is it a bag? I think it's a bag. I think we were given a bag that has special qualities, and one of those qualities
Bag of holding.
should be able to carry certain objects
The bag of holding.
in another dimension.
Fine, I'll go back and get the rod.
Guys, hi. My name is Othavir.
This guy.
I make some of the finest harnesses in all of Tribor.
Oh yeah, we've heard of you.
Oh, good. I'm happy to hear that. I don't know if you know this, but that's my place, and he points to the burning building right here.
And
My condolences for your loss.
oh yeah, so we won't be able to deliver those harnesses for you. That's too bad, man.
What harnesses?
Wasn't that one of the?
That was.
No.
I
No?
already gave those over to Narth. They're at the Lion Shield Cloister.
Oh, that's right.
This is the guy I saw running.
Listen, the orcs, they were right on top of me, and my place was burning. I don't know what else you expected me to do. Okay?
You survived. That's all that matters.
Exactly. And to express my gratitude, I have a secret that I'd like to share with you guys. I know the location of a stash of magic items.
Okay. Okay.
Some of my family,
Skeptical.
they keep them locked away for emergencies. But if you'd like, I could tell you where they are, and then maybe you could go get them yourself.
What's the catch?
There are 2 guards with spears stationed there, and it's hidden behind a magical lock known as an Arcane Lock.
Since this is your family's stuff, you can come with us and tell the guards to stand down and unlock the lock.
No, that's not possible. They're not really like my family. They're more like distant family.
Like as in nobody you really actually know.
Oh no. I mean, I know them. Yeah. Absolutely.
So when we go ahead and get the stuff and we tell them, don't worry, Otavir told us to come here and get this, they will be happy about this.
I don't know. I prefer that you not tell them that.
Would you really? If we went there and met these guards, we would likely have to dispatch them to get at the objects inside. If these are truly your family,
Well,
are you truly okay with the possibility that they might get hurt?
well,
I'm
see-
okay with it.
See, here's the thing. I kind of despise them.
Ah,
There
so
we
really we're doing you a favor.
Not really, because you guys get to keep the magic items.
What do
go.
you
Why
get?
are you asking us to do it? Like what?
I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm telling you where a secret stash of magic items is.
Drew will kind of like wave to his compatriots, like, or kind of like, motion to quiet for a second, and he'll say, well, we thank you for your concern, and we will take the information that you are willing to give.
Oh, okay. It's the Margester family. They live in Silvery Moon. They own a 3-story tower that has a detached carriage house on the property. It's in the carriage house. It's a 30-foot square stone building with 2 floors. The windowless ground floor that holds the carriage has a big wooden sliding door on the front. The upper floor is an apartment with the floor made of wooden planks and barred windows set into each wall. There's a staircase that goes from one corner of the room that connects the floors. There's 2 guards. And the sliding wooden door is protected by an arcane lock spell.
You're describing a cell.
Well, there's magic items in there, of course.
And probably a person as well, huh?
2 guards, like I said.
No, inside.
No, it's just 2 draft horses harnessed to a carriage.
Why would they lock up horses?
They're not locking the horses up, silly. They're locking the magic items up.
I don't believe you.
It's
Okay. Well, then I will leave. And you...
Why don't you come with us?
Because I wouldn't be any use. I ran from the things.
You seem to be very knowledgeable about this situation and room and how to get into it, and it could be
Because they were
beneficial
my
to us to
family
have you
that I
there.
hate. You could just write the information down.
I think that this family feud should end, and you guys can talk it out while we go inside and take the magic items.
Okay, then I guess you don't really need to know anything else. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Bye.
now Drew will just like grunt it to Char, and be like, or was it Octavio? I can't recall. Oh, yeah, it's Octavio. I was like grunted at Octavio.
It wasn't
Like,
Octavio, that was Tachar.
Was it? I get
Yeah,
them confused so often. I don't know why.
That's me.
So, oh, look what you did. You upset him. And
Oh, he's
after
coming
Phil-
back.
After,
I think Drune's become the unofficial parent and spokesperson of the group.
I am.
He's
Parent.
lecturing us and then talking
Parent.
for us.
Parent.
I'm the only. I got it. There's got to be at least one serious person in the group.
That
Otherwise,
gentleman
everybody
had
would just-
other agendas than for us to get free magic items.
Yeah, I agree.
I
Get a
don't-
giant slayer sword.
I don't discount that at all, but would we really be okay with approaching a random family that might not? You know, we can't just show up at people's houses and murder them for their loot. We can't do
Right,
that.
that's why I
Bro,
wanted him
I
to
don't
come
know
and
about
have a
that.
talk.
That is
out.
not who we are.
I was gonna call my friend Jerry Springer
yourself.
and bring him in.
Springer.
See if they couldn't, solve
Maury.
their problems.
Oh no, Dr. Phil, let's get him in there. All right,
No, not Jerry. It's Jari Spronger. This is
Jari
my friend.
Spronger.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm up for just randomly killing people and taking their stuff, but
That seems to be all the offers we're getting right now.
No,
Got a lot, actually.
capture a bandit, deliver a package.
Was
Magic
Capture
item
the Bandit dead or alive?
Sword.
Alive.
Don't forget the sword.
And the sword. Yeah. Capture a bandit alive for 5,000 gold pieces, deliver a package for 100 gold pieces, and potentially get a magical Giant Slayer greatsword. And now a cache, like a hidden cache of magical weapons.
And we also have riders we need to go collect.
And
Yeah.
like you guys
Forget
are
those
saying,
guys.
So, like-
you guys are saying no to the cache of magic. Okay.
Like you don't want to say no.
Who can use magic weapons in our group?
Everyone.
Everyone.
Who says they're weapons? I said magic items.
Okay.
Ooh, that's true.
Let's go and find the family feud then.
I suggest Drew go and talk to
We
that guy.
surveyed 100 people.
Than us. No, I'm talking about because the guy left. I'm saying Drew go talk to him because he's
You already
more
told us everything.
charismatic than the rest of us.
I mean,
He said, I don't want to know anymore.
perhaps we
interrupted
want
him?
to get the sword because it seems like giants just randomly show up wherever we go, and there's not a whole lot we can do about it.
Quote unquote randomly. Looks at DM through the fourth wall.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea. Storm King's Thunder.
Mm,
Rivik's gonna go back to the area where the rod is and try and go collect it.
Okay. Handy dandy
Oh,
book,
and the
right?
music came right on.
Stand with or against the giants in this adventure for the world's greatest role-playing game.
wait, that's an option?
No, it's
Stand with?
or against.
Well, obviously we chose against because we
So
just pushed
far.
that guy down the 30 foot.
We didn't even know it was an option.
I think that the
didn't try.
companion of that one is gonna come back.
You didn't try.
Sure we did.
Well, we could have been evil and just slaughtered the town and then.
Well, I mean, we haven't covered a map yet that didn't end up on fire.
That's true. That is 100% true. So instead of Friends of Thunder, should be Friends of Fire. You guys are great. Well, I mean, what are you doing now?
I guess Drone, he doesn't think that what Dogoria suggested is a terrible idea, because he feels like that person had more to share. Or at the very least, he could persuade him to share more.
Okay.
So he's actually going to try and do that. He's going to
Gonna
actually
track him
follow
down. Follow him
Yeah.
down.
I
Just be
actually
like,
came
hey.
up with a good idea for once. Yes.
All right.
You come
Better
up with
hurry
good
up.
ideas.
Okay, what are you gonna say to Othavir as you come up? He's walking away pretty fast, but he's a halfling, so it's like really tiny steps.
He's so tiny.
Okay. So I guess I'll follow him, and the first thing I will do is I will I must apologize for the demeanor of some of my compatriots. They can be a bit aggressive sometimes.
Look, I don't want any trouble, okay? So if you're here to beat me up, I don't have anything else to say.
Why would I be here to beat you up?
I don't know. Your friend seems like a little bit of an asshole.
Well, you're not wrong there. He's not going to deny it at all. He's not going to deny it. He'd be like, yeah, sometimes, like I said, they can be a bit abrasive. I apologize.
Roll a persuasion. As soon as you say it, I apologize.
That
Okay.
guy's a liar.
Can I do it at advantage because I mean it?
I just yelled that with my hands cupped by my mouth.
Yeah,
No.
you can do it at advantage. But no, now you can roll it at regular because he yelled out that you're a liar.
God,
Oh,
you're an
not Droon. Otavir.
Ultimir doesn't know that. All you said was he's a liar.
asshole.
Thanks a lot, Jar.
Gods are being dicks.
Oh my god. Let's persuade.
I've
Okay.
done nothing
Persuasion.
for once.
Okay, still really good.
Okay. He slows down. He slows down his stride to smaller steps, and he's like, "Well, I appreciate that."
So he'll Dream will kind. Oh, you weren't done talking. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
He'll kind of kneel down a little bit so that he doesn't have to crane his neck so high to see me. But he'll Droon will say that, listen, we know that you don't like you know that we need tools to aid our party in our fight against the giants. And we know that you don't like this family, your family that you're directing us to.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But we would prefer not to have to ransack a random family's house. Is there a way that you know where we could persuade them to give us the items rather than...
I'm fairly certain that my family is not willingly going to part with the items, regardless of anything that you say. I know this might come difficult or sort of a shocker to someone in armor with such a big weapon. Maybe be sneaky?
This guy's full of lies.
Oh my god. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. This guy went from my least favorite character to my most favorite character in a heartbeat.
Really, the problem is the Arcane Lock, and there's an alarm spell on the carriage. So if you open the door to the carriage, it sets off an alarm spell. I think those two things are probably the biggest hindrances. If you could do it quietly enough and you could get rid of those magics, then you could sneak in, take the items, and sneak out, and nobody would know.
Very well. Well, the information you have provided is helpful regardless. We'll be on our way now.
Wait. The carriage, it's protected by the alarm spell, right? The magic items are hidden in a compartment under the passenger seat inside the carriage. I don't know what they have in there. I don't know what they have in there, but I know there's a few things in there.
Well, this will definitely be a challenge for some of us, but we thank you for your earnestness in the information that you've given us.
Listen, nearby where my family lives, there's a mage, and she's a pretty nosy neighbor, if you know what I mean. So if you manage to set off the alarm spell, you're probably going to have to deal with her too. So just so you're aware, you're probably not going to want to do that, okay?
Very well. He'll stand up and wish.
Silvery Moon, the Margester family. Do you need another description of the house?
Flavor-wise, yes, I will need another description, but I don't want to listen to the whole thing again.
Why not? I'm really enjoying this voice.
I really must get back to my friends.
Oh, fine. I suppose.
You have a nice rest of your evening, sir.
You as well. It was very
I
fun.
so I so want to
Bye.
make a Muppet for this NPC.
Yeah. So once he gets back to the group he's gonna say, "Well, the magic cache is out of the question."
Out of the question.
He's
Why is it
gonna
out of
say it's
the
out of the question. From what he's describing, this seems like a job for a thieves guild with
Yeah, I was about to
magical,
say.
lots of magical aptitude. The last thing we need to do is invade a wealthy family's abode and get sicked on by a neighboring mage. We don't need that kind of trouble.
I mean, you heard the guy. He hates these people, and they're his own family. They must be terrible. They probably deserve it.
Yes, but when is it a good idea to go looking for fights when we already have enough on our plate?
I think this guy's holding
Isn't
back
it always a
some
good idea to do that?
Message to Zagoria.
Not when we have such plentiful options to choose from.
Okay, that's a fair argument, but
Well, but
So he's gonna look at Dagoria for this one, and he's gonna be like, besides, 5,000 gold.
they're trying to bribe me with money.
I mean,
Well, you just had to send me that message.
realistically, like all of our other options are better than that one, probably.
Pretty much.
Magic,
So-
like we don't know. Does he know what the magic stash? Like, what is in that stash? That could be very helpful to us with the giants, for all we know. There is the sword and all that, but
He doesn't know.
You weren't there, Rivik. And you're
I
not
know.
even there right now, so
I know.
Scotty
I don't
doesn't
know.
I'm just kidding.
I vote with Droon on this one. I trust your instincts.
do we have a time limit or whatever for any of these? Like, is there a certain?
Nope. No time
This
limit.
isn't an RPG. This is real life.
You guys can knock them out one at a time. You guys can try to accomplish 2 at once. There is no time limit. Whatever ones you guys want to go on first, second, third, that's up to you guys. This is the world of D&D. You tell me what quest you want to go on, and I just take you towards that quest, or I take you towards that quest. So that's.
What if we just we don't say no? It's a maybe. Like we can do the other quests first and all that.
We'll tell you
And then
That's up to the DM actually, because he could be like, "Oh, time's up," at any time. Like, "Oh,
Your DM just told you there's no time limit, Jarrett. There's no time limit.
right now." There's no time limit right now. For all we know, we could go to another town, get attacked by another group of giants, and then have a new set of quests.
That is definitely going to happen.
Yeah,
Which is why
No,
we should get the
it's okay.
sword.
I think so. Droon, he's gonna whip out a map. He's
Okay.
gonna whip it out,
He's gonna whip out
And-
a map. Well, hold on.
and he's gonna
Hold on. You're gonna whip out a map, right? Here.
Yes.
I will transfer the characters over to the map, and I
Oh,
will
right on.
show you that you guys are currently in Tribor.
Mhm.
You've got a quest to go to Nonar's Hold,
Mhm.
and look, here's Silvery Moon.
Okay, cool.
So it's like
and then
a
Simorvin
long-
Hall is up there.
Exactly.
Like Silvery
Zymorgan
Moon.
Hall is up here. Weird. It's like they're all along the same route. I don't know how that worked.
But wait, there's 4. Where's the 4th one?
What was the 4th one?
There's the sword, the stash, the bounty, and then there was one other.
Oh, the bounty.
riders.
The writers.
Well, the
The
riders are just
package.
around
Tribor.
Tribor, so you don't actually
Yeah.
have to
The
go very
package.
far.
Package.
So, does somebody?
Oh yeah.
The package is to Nonar's Hold. The package
Okay.
is 1. That's to Nonar's Hold.
Mhm.
The stash of goods is in Silverymoon. That's 2. Zymorvin Hall is the sword. That's 3. 4 is the potential Weevil. Does anybody want to roll a history to try to figure out where exactly
I want to see
What was it?
how is my history?
Sorry, I can't find it.
Drune doesn't know anything about the criminal underworld, but he looks at
Zarothal's
Degoria.
Keep. Zarothal's Keep. That's what you're looking for.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't. Mine's not very high. It's only a 4, but
Not very high. 4.
yeah,
That's
could
good.
at least just try.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, we could all try, technically, if we're all thinking
Oh.
about the same thing.
Oh, I got an 18.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Nice,
that is
nice.
pretty good. Hold on
Huh.
a second. I gotta find it again. Why?
So is this about the place where we're getting the guy for the bounty?
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
okay, just checking.
Hold on. For some reason, I've got to refresh my Roll20 in order to get the information or look at my book. Okay. There it is. Zarthal's Keep. With a history of an 18. I'm waiting for my Roll20 to refresh so that I can get you the information faster. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
No worries.
It's a fortified village on the long road. So, can anybody find the long road on your map? Tribord Trail. The long road happens to be the road right here. Tharl's Keep.
Oh, there it is.
So that's
Okay.
that's where supposedly the Weevil is. So that's straight north of you guys, and then everything else is to the west. So far.
Okay, so if that's the case, he has the map out, and he's going to say, "All right, look, we have these 4 things that were just brought to our attention," and he'll kind of, I guess he doesn't have any writing utensils, but he's going to point to the spots on the map where everything seems to be located, and say, "This, if we go this route, if we go follow the east road, we'll be able to potentially hit 3 of the 4 tasks we've been presented with. The rewards could be great, but going to visit our good friend the Weevil is very far out of our way. So it's likely we're going to have to choose one path or another."
We could go through the woods for the Weevil at the end of this Evermore Road. Or Evermore Way.
I myself am leaning more towards following the east road as well. We'll just have to hope that the Weevil will still be there when by the time we get there. Crime sleeps for no one.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one because that is probably the most time sensitive. Like, if we want to catch the Weevil, we probably need to go there first. The chances of catching them after us completing all the other 3 are pretty low, I would say.
What is the reward for the Weevil?
5,000.
If we capture him alive.
Yes.
Oh, so wait, there's no.
Big if.
Feeling he's gonna die.
Yeah, he's going to get set on fire by someone.
Char.
I am just trying to clear things out, and you needed to cook your meat at the other place.
Char's a pyromaniac.
Let it be known that my vote is that we go to the east. I will leave the rest up to the group.
This is with the 3 of them, right? Like the 3 quests. Okay. Yeah, find the thingy that tells you northeast and all that. I feel
Compass
that's
Road.
a good idea. Yeah.
Dagoria message.
Yes.
If you're looking for
Oh.
the compass rose, I'm not sure that there is one on this particular map.
No.
So guys, with my history check, so the Weevil, he's been on the run for a very long time. That's why like the bounty is so high. So if he is in hiding, then it's unlikely. Like he probably won't run if he's in hiding. So
How
letting you
fortuitous.
guys know.
Despite my general distaste for the criminal underworld, it is nice to have someone who knows its ins and outs.
Wow. Backhanded compliment.
Like, thank you, Drew. Like, thank you.
It's one of the
I'm
few
so
that she
happy.
gets. Drew doesn't compliment her very often.
It's true.
No, I'm usually scolded. Like, I am lectured and scout.
At the very least, she's useful. So there you go.
With that, I'm going to go ahead and say that the group can retire to the the North Shield House, to their rooms, and evening has fallen on the village of Tribor. All of the fires are put out at this point in time, and you guys can begin to gain the benefits of a long rest. You can
Hey.
also, in addition to gaining the benefits of a long rest, level up to level 6.
Woo!
Wow.
I thought we were already at level 6.
Yeah, I was gonna say we are at level 6.
You are level 6? Well, then never mind.
Yeah,
Never mind.
that awesome.
I,
There's level 7.
not yet.
Okay.
Not
I
yet.
didn't change my level to 6 on the top of my character sheet.
Well,
I changed everything else.
You should do
It's
that.
not that.
It's also time
Yep.
for our mid-game break, so we're going to go ahead and take our, 10-15 minute break now. No time will pass for you guys at home, which will be really awesome. Some time is going to pass for us. Go potty and whatnot, and we'll be back shortly. And just like that, we took a break and had some weird things happen on our break, but that's just pretty normal around here. It's okay. Our group of adventurers have hunkered down for the night and gotten themselves a long rest. So this is the beginning. Technically, that was day 1 that Foehammer asked you to hang around town.
I've yet to tell my group that
Yeah,
I need to hang
so
around town.
waking up the following morning and heading down to breakfast.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Focusing. Back to game. Got it.
There's breakfast.
Yes, there's breakfast.
Oh, I'm there already.
Okay.
He wakes up, sits up in bed, does the Roadrunner thing where he's like beep beep, blah, 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 and then just disappears downstairs.
Yeah. Feline agility.
Yeah.
I don't even go on the stairs. I just jump over the rail.
Interesting. Yes, there is breakfast. We'll call it meat stew.
Did you say mead
Yum.
stew?
Mead stew.
I will order 2 bowls.
MEAT stew. Meat stew.
Oh. Now that works too, and I'll take 2 meads.
Okay. No, you will get your 2 meads. They're not going to charge you anything because you
Leave
are
it
the
to me.
savers of Tribor.
Our rooms are paid for, our food is paid for.
Yep.
Sweet.
For
Heck yeah, man.
for the next
3 days.
several whiles, you're gonna go ahead and basically enjoy the occasional random villager and person. Thank you for saving us.
It's like
I'm gonna
Fable.
need,
It's like Fable 2. Yay, the hero!
Hey, he did a
Yeah.
voice. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a bottle to go.
Oh god.
Is it still too early to go out and play my lute or whatever?
Yeah, it's breakfast time.
You want people throwing stuff at you through the window?
It shouldn't matter whether it's too early or not. You should get your butt out there and do it before more giants show up.
Really?
Do it.
Is anybody gonna say
Jesus.
anything about how long they want to be in town?
So everybody, I'd like to announce that Foehammer said my armor would take 3 days. And a day has already passed, so I need to remain here 2 more days if I am to get the armor that he promised that you all generously donated money for.
Ah. Well, in that case, if we have to hang out here for that long, maybe we should go and look for some of the riders.
As
That would be something that's
as you say that, Octavio, thundering down the road in front of the establishment that you are in, comes riding about 12 to 15 horses.
I'll look out the window and be like, "Look, you found him."
Well, that was easy. Next.
I wonder if he can still get the reward.
No.
So I'm gonna go and step outside and see what's going on there.
Okay. A whole bunch of horses have just pulled up out front of the Lord Protector's keep. Several riders have gotten off, and you can see Darathra kind of like explaining the situation. They're looking over at where the hole was dug that Dars is currently slowly filling back in, as well as all the burnt destruction that's around town.
Droon's gonna slowly make his way towards there because he's interested in what they have to say and what they've seen.
Same.
So just pretend it takes me a little while to get there.
Okay.
Me too.
Me three.
I'll follow Droon.
Nice.
Yeah, you will.
Droon is like my only trusted friend in this group. I just want you to know that.
Wow.
Oh,
Savage.
when have I ever been untrustworthy? Now, Decoria, always untrustworthy.
Untrustworthy. I am just very.
I mean, you could trust her to be obsessed with gold.
There you go.
So in a way, she is very trustworthy.
The reason that Rivik trusts Droon is because Rivik has a background where he doesn't trust easily, and Droon has proven that Rivik can trust him.
It's because I've called you brother a couple times.
It's a
That's why.
psychological tactic.
Yeah, there you go.
Those are the ones that usually stab you in the back.
Yeah.
Well, I am a conquest paladin, so I'm basically just conquering him through friendship.
I don't trust Droon anymore.
That's pretty funny. So you guys ride up, and Darathra is telling the riders, bunch of bloody giants. Oh, hey. Yeah, them's the ones that saved the town and killed the giant, and some of the riders kind of like get down. You can tell these guys know their way around horses. They are armored and very confident, so you're pretty certain that these ones are the ones that like should have been here to protect the town.
So where were they?
Well, they were obviously checking the outlying places to see any giant activity.
Just not the direction that they needed to be.
Yeah.
To be fair, this area is rather large. There's little chance that they would be able to spot, the force that attacked easily without spreading their forces thin.
Aye, it seems that they kind of outflanked us a little, and when they got here, yeah, they knew their way right where they were going.
Do I believe him?
Roll an insight.
All right. I'm probably really bad at this. Let's see.
100%. This guy is totally telling the truth. You would believe him if he told you that it was raining right now, and it's not.
Like, oh, yeah.
His armor is super shiny. This guy is totally trustworthy.
Yes. Darathra says, you go help them over there, clean up those places. I know you've ridden hard. Get the horses fed and watered. Change them out, and start patrolling. We don't need any more surprises. So the riders, they begin distributing themselves amongst Arathra's orders. She looks down at you guys and she says, "Well, I'm really glad that you're here. I have a few minutes, and I'd like to pass some information along to you guys if you want. Come on in."
You and everyone else in this town.
Yeah.
Well, it's what happens usually after an attack.
We're kind of like celebrities now. There's no sense in fighting it.
Well, a little bit, yeah. I told you yesterday that I was a member of the Harpers, right?
Yes, I remember.
Well, I find it really odd that fire giants would make it this far into the Desarian Valley without me receiving some kind of warning. I need to make sure that my organization is aware of the gravity of the situation. She pulls out a small lockbox and sets it on the table, and she pulls a key from her pocket and unlocks the box. She pulls it out, a platinum badge. She pulls out a total of 5 platinum badges. Each of these little tiny badges is a symbol that bears the Tribor insignia. It's 3 boars charging forward. She hands one to Droon, one to Octavio, one to Rivik, one to Degoria, and one to Tachar.
Rivik looks at his confused.
Listen, if you guys are traveling east along the Evermore Way, you need to visit Danavir's house in Everlund.
How do you spell Danavir?
I will copy it into the chat for you.
And then
Oh, that's not... That's the same thing that I had earlier. Sorry.
that's okay.
Weird. Now I lost the name. Listen, his particular establishment, you need to give the badge to Darl Thelv. Dinar's house in Everlund. Danavir's house in Everlund. Give that badge to Darl Thelv. He's the one-eyed half-orc proprietor.
Can you spell the second name for me?
Working on it. If you do that, you will find your travel around the area very much expedited. You understand?
Completely.
No.
That's okay. You will when you get there. I just
I'm gonna
want
say,
you
"Oh
to
yeah,"
go.
shaking my head side to side.
I want you to go there and tell him what transpired here, and he can get word back to all of my superiors within the Harpers. Okay?
Droon will lean over to the two of them, and he'll say, "Networking. It's not what you know; it's who you know."
Exactly. That's 100% right. And if you guys would do that, that would be so fantastic. I'd really appreciate it.
Got it. I think I understand now.
Good.
He's also gonna look at Degoria, and he'll like give her a slight glare and be like, "Don't sell that."
Fine.
Oh, I received a really odd message early this morning. It's written by Foehammer. I'm not sure what to make of it, so I'm hoping that maybe you all can shed some light on it. It says here, well, basically that Fohammer wants to have a Tribor town meeting here at the marketplace tomorrow at high sun. Fohammer's not one to ask for anything, so I'm inclined to give it to him. He says something about a gift for someone. Any of you know anything about that?
That would
Oh, yeah, we only
probably be me.
one person in contact with him.
Oh,
That would probably be me.
well, okay. So stick around till high sun tomorrow?
We have no real reason to leave otherwise.
I
Appreciate it, guys.
As does apparently Fohammer, because the very colorful language in here says something about hunting you down and breaking both of your ankles should you leave before then.
We should probably stay, guys.
So,
You're really good at making friends here, aren't you, Rivik?
This Fohammer sounds like a funny guy. I like him.
I'm sorry, all of your ankles, like each one of you.
Hilarious. I love it.
I don't think it's so hilarious when he actually breaks your ankles.
Stay away from his shop, be fine.
Well,
I mean, he'd have to catch me.
I really hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day here. Thank you so much again for all of your assistance. You don't need to hang out here.
Before we go,
Yes.
originally we had talked about searching for your militia. Are they accounted for now?
Yes, all of the riders have returned. Well, not all of them have returned, but the command group was here, and they are pulling the rest of them in now as we speak. They should be arriving within the next hour or two, the rest of the militia.
And have they explained their absence?
They were doing exactly what they were told to do, which is what I told them to do, which was to go look for giant activity on the outlying ranches.
Right, yeah.
Anything else?
I guess not.
Okay. Sorry.
Well, let's say we enjoy some more of this town's hospitality while we wait. After all, you know, they're offering. It would be rude of us to deny them.
Okay.
And Drune will kind of say just you enjoy the rest of your day as well, Darathra. Make sure you don't get
Thank
too
you for
busy.
stopping by. Well, I am Lord Protector, so my days are pretty busy. So
All right.
the town
So
of
at this
Tribor is at
Go
your disposal. What was you gonna say, Jarrett?
So I was gonna say I don't even know. I don't even know what I want to do now.
All right.
Oh, actually, I do know what I want to do.
Okay.
Because we've got a whole bunch of giant armor to lug around.
All right.
So, speaking of Fohammer,
That's a bad idea. Whatever you're thinking, it's not a good idea.
well, actually, before he leaves, he'll ask Darathra, do you think we stripped the giant of its armor after the battle? Do you think Fohammer would enjoy having some extra materials around the forge? He is the only forge left, after all.
It's very likely that he would welcome the armor. Well, maybe the raw materials at the very least, but in his letter, he was very adamant about not being disturbed until tomorrow.
Should not disturb him until tomorrow.
Well, I guess we shall hang on to our spoils then.
You're
until
welcome
then.
to leave them in the, well, near the area where the giant fell. Unfortunately, a lot of the caravans after the giant attack kind of had to flee, and it'll be quite some time before we get any back into the northern campground. So you can leave the giant armor there. I'm sure Dars will look after it for you.
Very well. So, I mean, yeah. Oh, there's still a little piece on fire up there. That's cool. Yeah. Drune doesn't really have anything to do. He's kind of just kicking rocks at this point.
All right, let's go talk to a wizard.
You guys
That's a
wanna
bad
go-
idea.
Well, I will leave it up to the group, okay? Octavio currently wants to go talk to a wizard, and I have no problem going
sure you
and
don't.
doing that. The group, at this point in time, I will give you the option of whether or not you want to sort of fast forward until the next morning at high sun, or you want to explore and adventure around Tribal.
I want to perform.
Well, then you can feel free to perform here. Roll a performance.
Yay!
But you gotta sing the song.
Yeah?
She doesn't sing. She is a. Hang on, I put it somewhere. She's a storyteller and she does like music.
Okay.
And you have
You
to
don't-
tell us a story.
Yeah, tell us the story.
She can.
Tell us the
She,
story.
then she plays. Okay. Yeah, she'll do that.
No,
I'm
Emma,
not
tell
gonna
us-
actually do.
Why not?
There once was a handsome prince. He left to go find his
Drune,
princess,
Drune,
but he
shh.
died in the woods.
Shh, Drune. This is the gorgeous
No.
moment to shine.
Mhm.
Hang on, let me see what I get for performance. I didn't do very well. How many times can I? Can I just keep performing over and over, or?
Well, what would you tell? What's your story about?
Okay. This one. I'm trying to think. I've written short stories and stuff, but like I didn't roll very high.
Well, tell me one of your short stories. What's it about?
Tell us a story.
One of them, this girl, she found a small door that she's never noticed in her grandmother's library, and when she goes back to look for it, it's gone, and it turns out it's this door to an alternate dimension, and she is now the guardian of it. And it's like a short, discontinued story.
Okay.
That one is. There's
So that's
much more
about
to
a
it.
9. That was pretty good. I mean, not horrible. Didn't put me to sleep. So, since you gave me an actual story, I will let you roll again.
Yeah.
Your performance. You didn't get any coinage for your telling your story about the
Oh.
door in the grandma's attic. But do you have yet another short story?
Let's see. 1 second. I have like a little book thingy.
Okay. As
The
you are
short
setting
stories.
up in the market and you're perusing your wares, it's pretty busy right this moment in time, as you know, some of the farmers are out there. Nobody seems to be charging anyone right this moment in time. It's the day 2 days after the attack, day and a half after the attack, so people seem to be just generally giving at this moment in time. There are some coinage changing hand, but not as much as normal is going on here.
I have a bunch of. Oh, it's just one. I forgot I deleted the others. I have a poem.
Okay, what's your poem?
So I called it Nightmare. I don't want to read it out loud. Can I give it to my dad and he can just read it out loud? I've never
Read it.
shared my.
Just read it to me.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about anybody else, just me.
Okay. Dark room, can't see, can't move. A scream, don't know whose, might be mine. Whispering my name, an unfamiliar voice, a frightening voice, next to me. Cold fingers slip around my neck, can't breathe, need to breathe, need to breathe. Waking up, trembling, tears playing on my face. Breathe, breathe. Just a nightmare. I wrote this like years ago. And it's just what I found.
Wow. Well, that is a pretty good poem, Miss
Mhm.
Victoria,
Yay.
Emma. And while it's haunting and probably somber at this moment in time, you are going to wind up getting. Go like this. You're going to get a total of 5 silver pieces
Nice.
and 17 copper pieces.
Yay! I like that. Okay.
While
Yay.
strumming your lute and telling your tale of nightmarish. Some of the people around you are very generous and are often reminded about the fragility of life. Octavio, do you want to go visit a wizard?
I do.
Are you going to go all by yourself to visit a wizard?
Well, I apparently no one else wants to go visit a wizard, so it looks like I'm by myself.
Is anybody
I will walk with you.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Awesome.
I need to learn the fire spell anyways.
Okay, cool.
Octavio and Tachar, you're slowly approaching a building.
I can imagine Tachar walking alongside him with like a big ass cup of meat in one hand and then a big old turkey leg or something in the other hand, and he's just like as he's walking down the street.
They had turkey legs?
Whatever it is, lamb.
No, I'm just-
You don't want to know what this is.
oh,
Where'd you find that? Oh, there's a dumpster out back.
actually, I do want to know what it is.
It's an orc's leg.
Oh. My mom always told me not to eat them.
Don't taste too good, but
Better roll a health check.
You can't spell pork without pork.
Constitution.
This particular building is built upon a rise. Where's Octavio and Tachar? You guys said you were walking up towards it.
where?
There you go.
All right, so he's got some looks like gargoyle-looking guards on that kind of sit on the top of the roof. They'll fly out and attack us. So just giving you a heads up.
I'll give them my orc leg.
That's a good idea.
Oh my goodness.
Give me a perception check as you guys slowly approach this particular home. Okay, Tachar got a 17. Octavio got a 6. Tachar, you are looking at the front of this building as you are slowly walking up the rise towards it, and you do see 2 stone statues sitting on top of the roof, kind of at the edges of these peaks right here. Not moving. They do look like stone statues, though.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw that orc leg that I have out there.
Okay.
See what happens.
Give me a. Let's go with a strength or athletics if you're proficient with it.
I very much am so.
All right. Yeah, you hold back the leg and you chuck it out there, and it flops right down on the ground at the base of the stairs that kind of lead up to the front of the house. Nothing happens.
Figured they would have gone for that. So maybe I distract them and you knock on the door?
This is the statue that is. You see 2 of these right above the house.
Well, they look kind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's walk up there.
Kind of ugly.
Right.
As you get a little bit closer, you see 2 more sitting on the peaks here and here. There's a total of 4 of them sitting up there.
So it
You're
looks
heading
like
up to the
there's
door?
a little area right here. Is that like a pit, or is that just road?
Turn around.
That's just road, like turn around.
Okay. Okay. All right. So nothing. Where's the door?
At
Is
that
it here?
point, we'll say that this path sort of leads up to the door. So you guys got to get within like 15 feet of the doorway.
Yeah.
As you do so, the 4 stone statues take flight and begin flying down towards you.
All right.
I say we mean no harm. We just come to talk.
Roll initiative.
Would you like
Mother
to
of boat builders.
What was that? What was that, Chris?
Just those two?
Unless you guys are gonna come running over there because you happen to notice the battle going on, just those.
I forgot to hit my.
I'll roll for initiative anyway, but I won't participate until I say that I'll actually join in.
22 initiative for T'Chara. And let me get my Royals initiative.
Wow. Okay.
Where's the initiative button?
Nat
Sure,
20
why not?
on a roll that I might not even use.
And Rivik wants in there as well, huh?
And a 19. Wow, we all rolled really good.
Anybody else? Going once? Going twice?
I'm good.
Last chance? Okay, so as the stone gargoyle descends, it makes some deep rumbling sound. The mouth is moving, and it's just.
I make the same noise back to it.
The first gargoyle here, as he comes down, he's gonna make a bite at Octavio. That's a 22 to hit you, Octavio.
Yeah, that'll do it.
6 points of piercing damage from the bite. A claw with a 21 to hit you.
Yeah.
4 points of slashing damage. This one here is going to take a claw at T'Char. That's a 10. It's going to miss. But the bite is going to be a 20
Yep.
for 4 points of piercing damage against you. This one here is going to try to take his claw and his bite at Octavio. A bite for 21 at 4 points of piercing damage to Octavio. A claw at a 21 for 4 points of slashing damage at Octavio. A bite at the Char with a 19 for 6 points of piercing damage. And a
That's why I'm
claw
gonna get the hell out of there.
8 points of slashing damage.
Oh, the claw was at what?
8 slashing damage.
Oh, it was the same It was the same hit.
Well, the bite is a 19 for 6.
Okay.
Then a 21 for 8. And that brings up to Char as they land on the ground in front of you guys. As you guys begin to like get ready to like fight these things, you hear this voice sort of echoing on the air around you. Go away. No visitors welcome. This message will repeat. Go away. No visitors welcome. This message will repeat.
That's more of a deterrent than the gargoyles.
Brings up the Char.
I'm gonna take a whack at this guy. With my mace.
With your mace.
Which one?
The one to the north.
Mm-hmm.
A 20 is going to hit the gargoyle just square on the side of the head. And you notice that when you hit it, it's like hitting a stone wall. You just crack, and it's like...
I look over at Octavio and say, I don't feel this is gonna go so well.
You do have a second attack.
Can I have a
What?
sidebar
It's fine.
here?
It's fine.
How much do you want to talk to this guy?
Not bad enough to die for it.
No visitors are welcome. This message will repeat.
Then, I
mean, we
suggest
could
we
just go-
disengage, because my hand is still numb
Yeah,
from,
let's,
like, whacking
All
a
right,
wall,
let's-
a wall here. I
let's
think
just-
I have, go ahead.
go get a beer. Let's just go get a beer.
I think I have, I think I have, something I can use a key point to disengage and leave without having an opportunity to attack. Where did it go? Is that true or no?
I don't know. You tell me. Look at
Oh,
your
right there.
character sheet.
Step of the wind.
Step of the wind. Bonus action. Spend a key point, and you're like, I'm out like a trout.
Let's leave, man.
Let us leave.
Beg like a tree and get the fuck out of here. There's my one, and I think I used it appropriate.
You know, I forgot. It's beer 30 somewhere. Let's go.
You already used it.
Did I? Dang.
You
Sorry.
did.
I'm sorry. Droon, your turn is up. Tachara is turning around and running. You really don't know anything that's going on right now, so...
Yeah, let me just do a perception to see if I even
Sure.
hear what's going on over there.
Nope.
Okay. Pass.
Rivik, not really knowing anything's going on. You want to roll a perception?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Nope. Oh, well, maybe.
Maybe. No. Maybe that was a little kid crying for Degoria's poem. Octavio.
Why do my ears feel so
All right.
sad?
So this will be a first time for me, but if I use all of my turn to disengage,
If you
does
use-
that open me up to multiple shots, or
No, if you use the disengage action, you can feel free to walk away without any attacks of opportunity.
I would run away.
I'm not gonna run away. I'm just gonna follow Tachar.
Okay.
Well, then you're running because he's running.
We walked in the wrong direction. Let's head back over.
Yeah, it's just I kind of agree with him that it's like not worth that much yet.
I
might
look
come
over at
back.
Octavio and say, "Well, that hurt."
Yeah, a little bit. Didn't
Let's
expect
go
that.
nurse these wounds, and we have a good story to tell now.
Yeah. So who would have known that those little guys would hit so hard? I mean, I would have kept fighting, but I mean, I don't really need to talk to the wizard. I just thought it would be a good idea to send a message.
We could leave a note here. Maybe he'll come out and get it at some point.
Yeah, that's fair.
Piece of paper that says you suck on it.
I imagine, like, at the bottom of the hill, Octavio is just going to stop and just be all like this to Char and then, like, lift his leg on a bush or something. Like
Yes, yes, exactly. That's what I was thinking too.
Like, I'll leave him a message, alright?
You sucketh.
Actually, let's
Signed the saviors of Tribor.
let's canonize that. Let's say I actually did that.
Okay, okay.
You suck.
You suck. Got it. I like it. I like it a lot. As
Wizard comes out, gets a fucking note, and he bursts into the inn later. He's like, "Who saith I suck?"
as Tachar and Octavio like come walking back towards Droon and Rivik, you notice that they're kind of bruised up a bit there, guys, as they walk back towards you.
Oh, we're fine. We're fine.
Happened to you guys.
What?
Guy's house wasn't very stable, and a couple of things fell off the roof.
Yeah.
Landed on me when I banged on the door.
Right. He couldn't help us.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Why are you shortbowing things?
Nice.
There you go.
Finish
That's
us
the
off.
insight.
I'm gonna go
This
ahead.
story
and
sounded
follow
very
up his
true.
insight with my insight.
Natural
I
one.
kinda-
Natural
I
one.
kinda-
No.
I kind of just shrug my shoulders and be like, those crazy kids.
It's a pretty believable story that a couple things did fall off the house, so it's part true.
We left him a note.
Yeah.
Degoria, give me another performance check. Do you have another story
Okay.
or poem, Andy?
Can I skip just this once and just do the performance check, please? Just this once.
Okay, but you gotta have stuff ready for the next time you want to go out into a public
Oh, well,
square.
I will.
and-
I've been trying to get back into writing, so.
Okay.
19.
All right.
Hooray.
Let's see. We're gonna give you 6 silver pieces.
Hey, thank you.
Mhm.
Dang, nice. That was more profitable than when you did tell a story.
So, anything else that you guys want to do, or would you like to like?
I mean, at this point, I would say just fast forward because there's nothing else that I really think about doing. I'm not gonna bother grumpy grandfather over there.
So, like,
So-
real quick before we fast forward, though, like, we do need to have a conversation about the fact that the militia that's supposed to protect the town was mysteriously gone on the day that there was an attack, and then showed up the next day after that with no problems. Right?
I mean,
Isn't that a conversation we need to have?
I suppose it's a possibility, but at the same time, we don't know how long they were out there for,
Yeah.
and it's like it's a big place. They could have been in the south side when the giants attacked. It's not exactly like they can control exactly where things are going to happen.
True. It's just weird timing.
It is quite convenient, but I personally don't think anything of it.
Okay. Octavia, roll an insight.
Well, okay. Let's see. Which I am not good at. Well, I'm okay at. Let's see.
Yeah, there's that natural one.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Gotta love it.
Okay.
Welcome to the club.
So that's all you get.
I think,
for now.
yeah, that's 2 natural ones in a row on the same issue.
Mm-hmm.
So I clearly, like, I'm like, no, like, this is obviously just coincidence.
Or it's masterful planning by fire giants because obviously they're super smart and you're super
Oh.
paranoid about it.
That's true. That's true. Super, I don't know. I wouldn't call that super paranoid.
Okay.
But me, the player, and Octavio don't agree with each other.
The dice don't agree with the player. For sure. For sure the dice and the player don't agree. Go ahead and you guys can gain the benefits of yet another long rest after being attacked by some gargoyles.
Throttled.
Attacked?
Yeah. And I will have
I
you
was-
know, that I didn't fudge a single roll. Like I'm willing to take pictures and send these to you, but yeah, 22, 21, 10, 20, 21, 21, 19, 21. It's like, dang, these gargoyles are like, don't want you here. I was expecting.
They're
was
beefy.
not-
Just
I was not attacked. I obviously was hit by ornamental figurines that just fell off the house.
It's in such a state of disrepair.
Yeah, like when you lose like a quarter of your health before the fight even starts, it's kind of like, and you're really just there to see what happens. It's like, nah, this is not worth it.
So the following,
Especially after I made a hit on him.
yeah, I know. Dong. So the following morning, after you guys get your benefits of a long rest, you guys all come out towards the high square, or the market square at high sun. Excuse me, too many adjectives floating around in my poor brain. You can tell that there are a lot of people gathered around. Gelrin Fohammer, there is a makeshift sort of like riser platform up there. There is something underneath, like a piece of cloth, next to it. As you guys walk into the square, there's a bunch of like townsfolk kind of like gathered around. As you guys walk in, they begin the, clapping of, the heroes of Tribor. As you guys are walking through the town towards everything.
yay, hero!
Kind of like. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna whisper to Rivik and say, "Do you think he finished ahead of schedule? It's only been a day and a half."
It's been 2 days.
Anyway, continue.
Darathra, she steps up to the platform and calls out towards the gathering there. Fohammer has asked us all to gather together, and I appreciate you all here. I personally would like to extend my thanks to the heroes of Tribor. You did a wonderful deed by slaying the giant, and it could have been much worse, especially without the riders here. So from me, you have my deepest thanks, as well as the town's thanks itself. But without much further ado, I will turn the podium over to Gelrin. He's like done up all fanciful. You notice like his beard has been braided. He's wearing some sort of like shiny armor that looks ceremonial. He kind of takes a step forward and he pulls out this sort of like crumpled piece of paper.
Wow, he sure knows how to dress up, doesn't he?
He says,
The fact that he's dressed should be happy enough for all of you.
He says, Rivik, step forward.
All the way.
Yeah, he points to the spot on the ground right in front of the stand where he's kind of raised up a little bit. He pulls out a piece of paper and he begins to read it. Be it known to all kings and queens, stiff-browed nobles, ordinary folk, and lowly wretches, that I, Gelrin Fohammer, do declare the following. Rivik, who doth follow the dwarven god Thermocall, in my most studious opinion, not shite. Rivik hath enough skill with a hammer, as in a dwarfling not but 50 years of age, with much room to learn, but with my beard a finer apprentice has not made the misfortune to darken my doorstep. That is to say, your sirs and misses, that Rivik has proven to be a fine individual due to lending aid in the defense of Tribor. When two hot-headed fire giants made the mistake of bringing in the most unclean and foul orcs on their bloody axe-beak mounts. Rivik showed true courage, becoming of a non-dwarf that rivals two dwarven warriors. If'n you have a doubt of me words, I do declare that you can make the long journey to Tribor in order to bring your doubting faith to meet me axe. Gelrin Fohammer.
Dude.
He folds up the piece of paper and he hands it to Rivik.
Rivik accepts it graciously.
He walks over to the thing that's covered underneath the piece of cloth, and he pulls off the piece of cloth to reveal a set of mithril chainmail inlaid in which is an electrum symbol to Thermocol, the god, along the breastplate section. And like the whole
Sweet.
crowd kind of goes,
Shing! Sparkle, sparkle.
he
Yeah.
he raises it up off the stand that it's held on, walks over towards you, and kind of like presents it to you. Listen,
Rivik holds out his hand.
be me finest work. Wear it with pride and know that you always have a friend, Fohammer.
Thank you, Fohammer. I will treasure this.
Now, get your ass out of town and go stop them bloody giants. And then he kind of like realizes that everybody's been looking at him this whole time. He's like, what are y'all standing around for? Get back to work! And he kind of gets down off of the thing and starts like scurrying back towards his forge.
Sweet.
So, Rivik, you have just been given what is known as a Mark of Prestige. You can present this Mark of Prestige to, like, kings and queens, nobles, so on and so forth. And it lets them know that Gelrin Fohammer speaks for you. This will particularly come in handy should you encounter any dwarven nobility.
Cool. Where do I put that?
You can put that in. I've shown it to all the players, but I can put it specifically in your journal.
Okay.
I just wanted everybody to see the cool picture that I made up of the
Yeah, it was
The
pretty
letter.
cool.
the letter.
It was
It
really
was, it was
cool.
awesome.
So, but essentially, you can use this. Let's see. Yeah, you can use this to present to any dwarven nobility, and it's a mark of prestige.
I'm gonna type that into my allies and organizations.
That's perfectly fine. You can also go ahead and doff your current armor and don your mithril chainmail. It gives you the same armor class as your current chainmail. You just no longer have disadvantage when you roll stealth checks.
Cool.
Tharmacool.
The crowd begins to like break up, but they begin to like start coming over to each one of you and like shaking your hand yet again. Like,
So I remain with an armor class of 18. I'm just wearing
mithril,
mithril.
which is considerably lighter than normal armor, which is why it does not provide disadvantage when you are rolling stealth checks.
So scale mail can be put in my backpack. But I was currently wearing scale mail.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh.
So now I just type mithril armor there.
Mithril chainmail.
Yeah.
Fairly certain that chainmail gives you a 16 with a shield is 18.
Yep.
That's why I need to consult the Tome of Knowledge on this one. That's pretty
You
much
spell
all I got
mithril.
for you.
Your handy dandy handbook.
Yeah, my handy dandy handbook.
How do you spell mithril?
Mythril.
That'd be it.
And it's just mithril armor. That's
Mithril
what we're calling
chainmail.
it. Chainmail.
Well, that's the first time you've had such a ceremony in your honor before.
Very much so.
What do you think? Does it suit you?
Don't really care for so many people looking at me.
Did we technically just pay for this ceremony? Or did he give us a
Oh, good one.
I would suppose so.
Well,
Well, nice work, Rivik.
As you guys are standing there, sort of conversing, you do notice that Narth has got a horse and cart kind of parked out front of his Lion Shield cloister. There is a crate on the back of this cart, along with several containers of what look to be provisions, including some tents, and there seems to be 2 barrels on the very back of it.
Wow.
Narth
you did a great job.
Rations.
perfect timing, Narth.
What? Oh, are you planning on leaving now?
More or less. We have what we need. Yes?
I have 20 days of rations for each of you. The chest that you need to deliver is this one, the one with the blue lion shield painted on the side of it. Yes, this is the one that you need to deliver. There are, I could only find 4 tents. I
That
hope
is
that's
fine.
okay. They're all
That's fine,
2-person
I'm used
tents
to
though.
sleeping outside.
They're all
Yeah.
2-person tents, so there is that.
Trees.
It should suffice for our needs.
There is also 2 barrels of ale.
That'll go quickly.
Fantastic. 2 days of rations. Let's go.
Narth just kind of like looks a little worried for a moment.
Well
Worried
done.
that T'Char's gonna drink all our booze.
Oh yes, and this the 100 gold pieces.
Mine.
Hands it to Gregoria.
Give it to Drew. Give it to
Oh
Drew.
no!
Mine now. You're not getting it from me.
You have 100 gold
Evenly
pieces,
split.
Gregoria. You said mine. He handed it to you. Like,
You
oh.
should evenly divide that amongst the 4 of you. Not me though. I got lots of money earlier.
Mine.
We still haven't dispersed the rest of the party treasure from before, I don't think.
Oh, you guys
I'm
want to do
putting
that
this
now?
in my inventory. You can't stop me. Mine.
Well, I mean, we could always just keep all the rest of the stuff that we were going to
Well,
split
hey,
with you.
how much is that one? How
Well,
much is it?
I mean, why would I tell you that? If it's not enough, you're just going to keep what you've got. No.
I think it's
That's not how
fine to
this
keep the pool. That way, when we
How
go
much
there,
is in the
we can pay for.
works.
Oh, there's only 5 gold pieces in it.
Fine, I will disperse the money.
Okay. Something like that.
Okay,
I
so
gotta-
between the 4 of us, we each get 25.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I just got mithril armor. I don't deserve money right now.
That's true. We donated 500 gold for your
Yeah,
cause.
exactly. That's
So,
why I'm
yeah,
not. That's why
that
I'm not
makes sense.
taking anything.
And everybody thinks you're honored in this town now.
Well, we all are.
Yes, but he's the one that has the symbol.
True. He made friends with the artisan.
Now we know who to push forward during any aggressors and be like, "He's got this. Does that matter?"
No.
No.
We just
Okay,
take all
he's
our valuables,
fine.
and, like, slap them on the table right next to each other, and be like, "Does any of this make you like us more?" Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead. Let's see.
So
How
we
many of
each get 20, right?
20.
Get 25
5.
because I don't
Which is
get
good.
any.
Oh, you don't get any. Okay.
I don't get any. I just got mithril armor. I don't get nothing.
Oh.
There's still 5 of us though, so that would be 20.
No. He's not
June,
getting any of
Divided by
Octavio,
4.
Oh, I'm counting. I'm
Mark,
sorry. I'm looking
Yeah.
at the.
That
I'm
threw
looking
me
at
off
the
too.
Discord list, and that includes Will as the DM. So yeah, there we go. Okay,
What?
yeah, 4. That's 4. You're correct. And then I'll count out the rest later.
Who's
Wait,
driving
what?
this cart? Because I'm gonna sit in the back and get myself a drink. And I want to sit in the back of the cart with like one arm hanging over the edge.
You should pace yourself on that drink.
Yeah.
You guys have your rations.
All right. Well, I think with that we're ready to move on. However, before we actually start moving, I'm gonna shake Narth's hand and say thank you for fighting with us. As far as I'm concerned, you're a hero of Tribor as well.
He
And I'll
blushes deeply.
and like snuck in with the handshake. I gave him one of my gold pieces back, and said, you and your partner, consider this a donation and as thanks for to the store. You two stay safe.
Okay, you're just doing me a great favor by delivering that. Don't forget where it goes, okay?
Nope, I got it written down right here.
No
Don't
more
worry, I'll
story.
open it and check and make sure it's okay every once in a while.
Okay, sounds good.
Part of the reason why I wanted to donate that gold piece to him is because I have 61 gold and I don't like odd numbers.
Makes sense.
All right. So
Oh, the horse's name is Boris.
Boris the horse, not Boris the bear.
No, Boris the horse, not Boris the moose. Fearless leader, Boris. He leads your cart.
Are we gonna stand around here and talk, or are we gonna start going?
Yeah, let's go.
let's go.
Start going. With that, you begin your long journey from the town of Tribor, where you were heroes thwarting a fire giant attack, discovered the secret. The fire giants were after pieces of some sort of thing called a vononoid. You don't know exactly what that is, but maybe you'll learn about that along your journey. It's going to be quite a long journey from Tribor to Nonar's Hold. Is that the direction you are going to head first, or are you going to head to Xantharl's Keep?
Oh, so as the cart starts to move, Droon is gonna jolt upright and be like, "Oh, crap! I forgot something. I'll catch up." And he just jumps it back out of the cart and runs over to the barracks.
Okay.
When he gets there, he's going to say, "I almost forgot to give you this, Darathra," and he hands her a rolled up piece of parchment, and it said, "If you would be so kind, could you deliver this to the Lord's Alliance?"
Oh.
It's the missive.
Oh yes. Yes. Thank you so much.
I'll actually come up with one in a second, in a little bit, just so you have something concrete.
Sure.
But for this purpose, I'm just gonna say I did it.
That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry
Alright,
at all. You guys can feel free to be creative and write up things like stories or missives that you want to leave behind or whatever.
All right, and with that he'll say, and with that I must take my leave, so I can catch back up to the cart. And he'll just start running off, I guess. Is that?
He'll
Do
bull
cows
rush.
run, or do they clop or something? I don't freaking know.
Clip,
Oh, he
clop,
bull
clip,
rushes.
Clip, clop, clip,
Yeah,
clop.
he's just running off, and then his hooves are just thudding in the dust.
All right.
Baby cows.
As you begin your journey leaving Tribor behind in the dust, this is where we will close today's episode, because I think it's a perfect opportunity for us to stop here, give you guys a little bit of a break, and we will meet back up in 2 weeks. Thank you so much for participating. I hope everybody had fun. Don't fear. There are plenty of stuff in the works for all of you. So while Rivik's mark of prestige might have come today, don't be disheartened. There's a giant Slayer sword out there, 5,000 gold pieces out there somewhere, a cache of magic items. Who knows?
I've not heard anything about ale.
Money.
You might be surprised, Tachar. You might be surprised.
One of the magic items is a barrel full of rum that never ends. Just keeps refilling itself.
Barrel, it's a alchemist's jug that never ends. Never ending alcohol.
Maybe that's a magic item, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as I also learn some new fighting moves.
At least it's not a song that never ends. That's good.
Well, we hope that you guys had a lot of fun hanging out with us tonight. We had fun with you.
Yeah.
Please like and subscribe to the channel, get notifications so that you can check out all the cool, crazy things that the Friends of Thunder get up to in the coming weeks. If you could be anything out there in the world, be kind and be safe. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.